This is the H3 Flow and mATX case advertised as having good airflow. After countless builds in ITX cases, I have finally decided to switch over to one to achieve just that. Was the journey worth it? Let's find out. So at first glance, especially coming from ITX builds, was that this boy was chonky. Its dual chamber design really made me rethink my decision, but you'll find out later in the video why I decided to stick with it. This is also in part due to the fact that I typically never like to spend too much time managing my cables, as I just want to get the build done. This case can fit two 140mm fans up top in the front, two 120mm fans below the GPU, and one 120mm fan on the rear. This optionality is crucial for having good airflow in a positive pressure scenario. It can also fit a 200mm AIO on the front and top. My rad will be front intake mounted with tubes coming from the top. Remember, as long as the tubes are higher than the pump, you should be okay. I also opted for this orientation in order to prioritize CPU thermals, as my fans can get a bit loud, and remember, I'm building a stealthy and quiet PC. For those of you trying to fit a thicker rad like the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3280, and I know you're out there, you can fit it in the top as well, but you would have to shave your fans down a millimeter or two, assuming you already have low profile RAM. I have Thermaltake Tough Fans 14 Pro, and they're great for keeping my Ryzen 9 9900X in check all while staying quiet. I then make sure that my PSU cables are connected to my motherboard to see if they can even reach the bottom housing, since an SFX PSU comes with shorter cables. Spoiler alert, they don't. You can install it with the shorter cables, but the PSU will be hanging down without actually touching the bottom. All you need to do is just buy a longer CPU and 24-pin cable you can buy online for less than $20. And don't forget to use the included SFX to ATX adapter that comes included with Corsair's PSUs. I fit two 140mm fans by Arctic, and these are the OG P14 ARGB models, not the Pro. I chose these because these are quieter than the P14 Pros and temps are better for some reason, which is surprising given that they run at 1900 RPM versus 2500 RPM. Oh, and the RGB on top for spotlight effect? Sign me up, Batman. I chose, or I didn't really choose, I was required to use my PNY RTX 4070 Ti Super Verto OC. What the heck does Verto even mean? That I bought off the Dell website in 2024 because Slick Deals told me to. This is the main culprit for my newfound journey to finding better airflow, because I started to play in 4K and this angry guy started to ramp his fans up when playing Jedi Survivor. Anyways, remove this back cover and you can fit Adam Sandler into the case no problem. By the way, this is my first time orientating my GPU like this. I don't think I'll ever switch away from this. So I installed my Thermaltake Tough Fans 12, both as bottom intake, and they are whisper quiet under 1200 RPM. The half-inch distance and the vented side panels allow fresh, direct air to feed the GPU more efficiently to the triple slot graphics card. A well thought out design by NZXT. Essentially, the rule of thumb is, the closer the fans are to the GPU, the better the cooling performance. Just make sure to leave about a half-inch distance between the fans and the GPU, or else you're going to get turbulence. You can also tilt the fans by adding spacers on one side of the fan so that less turbulence will occur. So yeah, that's pretty much the build. I mean, I realized I never had my components visible. All these years of ITX cases have hidden my components. This looks terrible. Let's go back to Amazon and find black parts to match. As an ITX newbie, I realized that I need my parts to match. For science? Aesthetics. Was the switch worth it? Heck yeah. My GPU fans are forced to stay under 900 RPM, so they basically never ramp up. I gained over 10-degree delta when compared to my Meshroom SV2. After tweaking the fan curves, I was able to get 62 degrees Celsius versus 72 degrees Celsius playing Jedi Survivor in 4K. Now keep in mind that game does run hot, but it's a good test to see how well your fan configuration holds up. What also surprised me was the fan noise. I stuck to my trusty Tough Fan 12s to bring air straight from the bottom to the GPU, through the GPU, to the top and rear fans. I also tried the Tough Fan 12 Pros, but their bearing noise was way too loud. So the last question is, have I converted to mATX? Probably. I can't stand fan noise. As a musician, I can't stand any whatsoever unless it's a clean whoosh. This Chonky boy is really thick at 10 inches wide, but when you zoom out, its dimensions get more proportional, especially on the IKEA Alex drawer. But I am super surprised at how pleasant this build sounds. Stealth? Check. Black? Check. Quiet?
You better check that or else.